Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video, we'll talk about data types. The 5 basic data types in Python are int, float, bool, str and complex. These data types are immutable data types, means their values cannot be changed once created. So let's suppose we have a variable x and we are assigning different data types in that variable. So when we assign 12 in x, this is integer constant, so int object is created and its value is assigned to variable x. When we assign value 12.3, that is float constant, in variable x, then the reference from this variable is now changed and the reference of value 12.3 is now pointing to that variable. If we again change the value to string constant, then this reference is now broken and now a new reference from a string object is created to that variable. This is an example of dynamic typing, means the type of value that we assign to a variable, the variable will behave like that type. If we assign int to that variable, then this variable will become int type. If we assign float, then it will become floating point, and if we assign it to a string constant, then it will behave like a string. So this is an example of dynamic typing. Now these are the 5 basic data types or the fundamental data types: int, float, bool, str, complex. Int means integer type, float means floating point type, bool means boolean, str stand for string, and complex is a new type of data type which is introduced by Python, which handles complex values such as 2 plus 3j. Yes, this data type is made for handling complex numbers which are of the form real part plus imaginary part. That is, for example, 2 plus 3j, this is a complex type. So as Python is an object-oriented programming language, it creates object whenever we define a variable. The type of an object is the type that we initialize the variable with. For example, if we initialized a variable x equal to 12, so 12 is an integer data type. So an int object is created for value 12. If we create a variable x equal to some string like some name, say John, so the object that is created for that name variable will be of string type, and so on. And these basic fundamental data types are immutable, means their value cannot be changed. If we change the value of a variable, then a new variable, a new object is created, but that object is not modified. So let's see what this means. If we created x equal to 12, so an object of variable 12 is created in the heap, and suppose further we change value of x from 12 to 14, so the value of that object will not change. Instead, a new object containing value 14 will be created in the heap memory, and the reference of x will be now pointing towards 14. Just like in the last slide, we saw that when x was 12, an object of value 12 is created. Then when we change x from 12 to 12.3, a new object is created containing value 12.3 because it is fundamental data type. It is of floating point type. 12 is of int type and 12.3 is of floating point type. So neither value of 12 can change nor value of 12.3 can change. If we want to change some value, then a new object in heap is initialized. And if we change the value of X to John, then a new object of string type is created. Okay, so let's see this in detail. So first of all, assume that we have a variable X and its value is 12. When X is 12, this variable X is pointing towards object containing value 12. When we introduced a new variable Y which is equal to X, so Y will point to the value which is pointing towards X, means Y will point towards 12 only. Okay, now we changed value of X to 14. So now this reference of X to 12, this will be destroyed. A new object is created in the heap whose value is 14, and now X is pointing towards 14. If we change Y to 13, then this value is not changed. Instead, a new object containing value 13, this is initialized in the heap, and now Y is pointing towards 13. Now Y is equal to 12, so again this reference is broken now, and Y again points towards 12. Also 12 was in the memory, so Y will point towards 12, and a new object for 12 will not be created because it is already present in heap. Okay, and at last Y is equal to 20, so the reference of Y from 12 will be now broken, and now Y will point towards 20. And these objects are not destroyed until they are unreachable or until they are not needed. Like there is a concept of garbage collector. So garbage collector will analyze, and if it thinks that it is now safer to remove those objects from the memory, then it will remove it till they are in the memory. There are two functions by which we can confirm the immutability and the dynamic typing of the variable. So let's see them in the code. Back to edit plus. First we'll see the function type. As we have seen in the previous lectures that the syntax of calling a function is function name with parenthesis and inside parenthesis the argument. So type is a function which requires one argument, that is variable. Okay, so let's create a variable. We'll assign int constant to that variable. So we'll print the type of that variable. Okay, so command prompt edrive comind python cd1 basics, then h.py. Okay, so class int. Look, everything in Python is class. Okay, now I'm changing the value of X from integer type to floating point type. Okay, 1.98. So print type of X. Sorry, I have to write here type of X. Okay, so let's see this example again. h.py, that is giving us int. Okay, because I have written 12 here, so 12 is already of integer type, so it will give int. Okay, now print type of X. Now let me close this print statement. h.py class float. Look, class float. Okay, now X equal to true. Remember 3 keywords which are in camel case: true, false and none. Alright, print type of X. Let me open this statement so you can see the difference. cls h.py. Look, first X is of int type, then it becomes float, and then it becomes boolean. Okay, if I assign some complex value, Then let's see what happens. Type of X, complex. Okay, so there is a data type complex which handles complex values. So this was the example of dynamic typing. Okay, now we'll see immutability of objects. So for immutability, we will basically use the function which is known as id. It is just similar to type function. It also requires one argument. So x equal to 12, print id of x. Okay, print id of x. So let's see what happens. I dot by. Okay, this was id of 12. Now x equal to y and print id of y. Now let's see what it will print. Let the statement be open. I dot by. Name y is not defined. Okay, sorry. Y equal to x. My bad. Running it again. CLS I dot by. Okay, you can see that both the IDs are same. Means x is pointing towards this object and y is also pointing towards this object only. There is no new object made in the heap. Okay, x equal to 14, print id of x. Now this is a different id. These two are still same. Okay, these two are still same. This is a different id. So when we change the value of a variable, then the object's value is not changed. Okay, here 12 is not replaced with 14. Instead, a new object containing value 14 is created. Okay, so this is the big difference, and this is what immutability means. Okay, so when we change the value of x from 12, a new object is created. That's why we are getting here different id. If the object remains same, then we get the same id as above. Okay, now y equal to 13. We are changing value of y from 12 to 13. Okay, so let's see what happens. Y equal to 12, print id of y. Okay, so if we have this id as 1, this was also 1, its id was second type. Okay, and what will be its id? Its id will be same as 1. Okay, so this will also be 1. Means id of x, id of y, and the last y, these all are same because its value is 12. Okay, and this will be different. Its id will be different. So let's see. I dot by 5136, 5136, and the last one 5136. Okay, and 5200. So got it. Now y equal to 12 and y equal to 20. So first let's see y equal to 13. Print id of y. This is a new object because 13 is not used initially. So this will give us a new id, id 3. Okay, id of third type. I dot by 5136, 5136, and fourth one 5136. Okay, one first, second, and the fourth one 5136. These are same, and third and fifth are different. Okay, 5200 and 5168. Okay, so these are different. So currently there are 3 objects in the memory which are of 12, 14, and 13 value. Okay, and if we introduce a new value, then it will create a new object for that value. Okay, so ID of this y will be of fourth type, means now first, second and fourth values will be same and remaining three will be different. So let's see. 3040, 3040, and fourth one 3040, and 3104, this is different. 3072, this is also different, and 3296, this is also different. Okay, I hope you all get this concept clear. If you have any doubts, then let me know in the comment section, and thanks for watching.